Welcome to Room Brothers. This is going to be the next episode of the exciting motorcycling customization and restoration project that we are working on, the Suzuki Gixxer SF series. As I have said at the introduction of this project, each episode is going to be a dedicated video on how to maintain that specific part on your motorcycle. So, if you watch all the episodes of this Suzuki Gixxer series, you will be able to maintain every part on your motorcycle in a very good condition. It doesn't matter if you ride a 100cc Hero Splendor or all the way up to a 1000cc or 1200cc adventure bikes like the BMWs.
So without much further ado, let's begin the episode.
In the previous video, we extensively spoke about how to maintain the fuel tank of your motorcycle. And in this episode, we're going to talk about how to restore the fuel tank of your motorcycle. As I have said, this Suzuki Gixxer SF is a 7-year-old motorcycle. Considering its age, it has developed some surface rust at the bottom of the fuel tank, which we're gonna deal and repaint and bring it back to a pristine condition. So without further ado, let me show you the closer look of the condition of the fuel tank right now, and then we're gonna start the process.
When you open the fuel tank of your motorcycle, irregardless of what brand you drive, examine it properly to assess the condition and the work that needs to be done on it. All this dust and dirt that has accumulated on the tank over these years has to be cleaned thoroughly, and on top of that there is surface rust that is hiding behind this dirt, which has to be thoroughly cleaned and prepped before we begin to paint the fuel tank. So the amount of preparation and cleaning that you do before the painting determines how well the paint is going to stick to the tank and how long it's going to last for the future. Cleaning is the most important part that you can do before you begin to service any part on your machine, whether it be a motorcycle or a car. The motto behind this Suzuki Gixxer SF series is to showcase how to maintain your motorcycle sitting right at the comfort of your own home. Since most of us don't sit in studios while we work on our machines, especially automobiles, so rather than me showcasing these things in a studio kind of setup with proper professional lighting, I chose to show it to you guys naturally, yet without compromising any professionalism or the attention to detail that I put into every project, and my work speaks for itself when you look at the end product. This is to encourage somebody out there to get into the world of automobiles and to begin to work on their own machines. Let's drain all the fuel out of the tank. Now let's clean the bottom section of the fuel tank thoroughly and inspect further if there are any major damages with it. If you ask me personally, working on your machine, especially in your free time, is the best stress buster for any human being. It's always a best practice to lubricate the nuts and bolts, creases and joints before you begin to dismantle any part on a machine. And that's what we are doing here. So this is a bit of WD-40, and also I'm using anti-seize whenever I can, so that none of the bolts strip or give me headaches. Now we slowly begin to see what's hiding underneath, assessing the amount of damage and the amount of work that needs to be put forward. This is the part where you begin to dismantle all the fuel houses and extra components that are attached to the fuel tank of your motorcycle. Removing the surge hose and the fuel shut-off valve. Removing the fuel valve, also known as petrol cock in layman terms. Upon closer inspection, this needs to be cleaned thoroughly. Let's begin to remove the fuel tank brace. All the nuts and bolts are coming off easily without getting stripped down. That's a relief for sure. This metal structure is called a fuel tank brace, responsible for mounting the fuel tank onto the motorcycle, and let me show you its condition. Paint is easily flaking off. Ooh, definitely needs cleaning and repainting. Now after cleaning the tank thoroughly, now we can see all the surface rust that is hiding behind the years of dirt that has accumulated onto the tank, even at the bottom section as you are seeing right now. So all this has to be thoroughly cleaned without leaving any curves, creases and difficult to approach areas. So the supporting parts and the fuel tank has to be repainted, which we're gonna deal in the coming episodes very detailedly.
As you guys have seen, this part definitely needs repainting, which we're gonna do in the next episode, where I'm gonna share tips and tricks by making a detailed step-by-step episode and a complete guide when it comes to how to paint your motorcycle parts. And that's why I'm keeping these episodes short, sweet and precise, so that each episode will carry certain amount of knowledge and understanding behind it, which is beneficial for the viewer. Because I'm sure, as you guys are seeing in recent social media platforms, where big social media influencers and big names are taking their cars and motorcycles to a remote location, and when they develop problems, they are not able to handle it because they lack the technical knowledge. So most of the viewers who watch such car and motorcycle content begin to think that they can do it too without understanding the ground reality, getting themselves into very dangerous situations where they are now stuck at remote locations with no help or aid to their rescue. And such channels and influencers get millions of views and lakhs of rupees, and sadly rich content like this get no views, and you guys can change it. And that's the reason you can't miss content like this. So the best thing that you can do is subscribe and follow and engage with the content. Learn from it, gain the wisdom, and then enjoy your machine. As always, drive safe, ride hard, eat healthy, live right, and do good. The mantra of Rome Brothers. I'll see you soon. Peace.